Chapter 16. Friends, not forever. We're not together. Haven't been for a while. But somehow we've found our way into something that resembles friendship, at least on the surface. And to be honest, it's strange. There's no more yelling, no late-night arguments, no begging for truth. Just conversations, occasional check-ins, moments where we laugh like nothing ever happened, until the silence reminds us that everything did. We call it peace, maturity, growth. But some days it feels like residue, like we're still clinging to the ashes of a fire that already burned the house down. Being friends with someone who once held your heart in their hands and dropped it more times than they cared to count. It's complicated. And I ask myself often, are we really friends? Or am I just more healed than I used to be? Because the truth is, friendship doesn't erase the past. It doesn't undo the damage. It doesn't rewrite the 17 years I gave trying to love him into wholeness. But what it does do, at least for now, is allow space for quiet understanding. Space where I no longer need to fix him. Space where I no longer feel responsible for his healing. Space where I don't feel the pull to be anything but honest with myself. And here's that honesty. We'll never go back. Not to what we were. Not to what I once hoped we'd become. That chapter has closed. The love I gave him back then was unconditional. But it wasn't healthy. And I can't afford to keep loving like that anymore. Now we talk from a distance. I protect my peace, and he respects the new boundaries I've drawn. We aren't arguing. We aren't fighting. But we also aren't forever. Some connections don't need to last. Some people aren't meant to journey with you into every season. And just because someone was part of your story doesn't mean they belong in your future. Friendship might be what's left, but even that has an expiration date if it starts to cost me more than it gives. So for now, we're cool. We speak, we laugh, we check in, but I keep my heart out of it. Because friendship isn't a backdoor to romance. It's not a placeholder. It's not a soft way to stay attached to something I've already outgrown. It's just space for both of us. And I've learned how to leave things exactly where they belong, even if they once meant everything to me.